questions?
Yeah, those guys do a pretty tough grind. Yesterday, a couple of intense practices, sound like.
Yeah. Well, this is as hard as I've been on a team since I've been here, I would say. Both stretching them out and then being direct and specific on what we're looking for and what I accepted. But they're behind most of those other teams. And they're not behind size, or it's trying to get them, when they're fatigued, to just continue to fight. When they're fatigued, get them to think. Things that they've never really had to do. But I'm going to say this, a great group of kids. And, it's as we start this off, I have to accept more than anyone else, more than any fan or media, that we are where we are. And it's going to be a process. And we could get dinged along the way. I mean, this team that Mark's put together, I watched tape, they're pretty good now. And I know, you talk about, well, they're one of the oldest teams in the country, and guess what they're playing? Probably the youngest team in the country, and I don't care where they're from, where we're from. This is not going to be easy for these guys. But I'm happy on the trajectory of the team. It's just that we are where we are.
How aware do you think they are that it's not going to be easy? They're going to have to really.
They're going to have to get hit in the mouth a few times, and then you start realizing, like, whoa. Or the other side of it is what happens when you're us. The other teams play as well as they can play, and they play with more energy, and they're more focused, and they execute better because they're playing against Kentucky in Rupp Arena or anywhere. And that means that it even puts more pressure on you to do and play the way you have to play.
Comparatively speaking, is this a team that embraces the practice schedule?
Yeah. My staff's trying to remind me we're practicing with 10 players, Brad's being the 10th. Brad's the 10th. And no one gets off the court. No one stops. And only the last couple of days have I started going 4-minute segments, where we scrimmage 4 minutes, take a minute and 30 seconds. Scrimmage 4 minutes, because that's what the game's like. Prior to that, we just would go till I decided we stop. So, but let me tell you, when you're doing all the other things that these kids do, and you're coming to this practice, and you're not being told you're the greatest. I mean, I'm telling you, I've been, Eric, who most times has his feet up on my desk throwing popcorn in his mouth, but he'll be down watching us practice and said, I've not heard you this loud. I've not heard you this way. I'm not cussing, but I'm loud. I'm holding them accountable. But that's then. Now we got 3 games in 5 days. And, it's hard when you're my age. You don't remember back to other teams and how they were early. You don't remember 2009 being down 19 to Miami of Florida. No, Miami of Ohio. And it looked like you were going to win, and it took a buzzer beater by John Wall to win the game. You forget all those. You just think you just won all these games, and this is going to be a process. I mean, whether it's this team, Vermont is a top 50, 60, 70 team with everybody back, an NCAA tournament team. We're ready to play them, especially when you're talking 36 hours later. So, but I want to have fun with this. I personally want to have fun with this. But it's hard because you get used to how things are, and this is going to be different. I'm going to have to be somewhat different. And as you get older, some of you in this room, you've been mean and nasty your whole life, and now you try to change, you can't. You're mean and nasty.
Calvin, when you say your kids are in shape, are your kids finally in shape?
Yeah, it's not shape as much as I was probably using the wrong term, fatigue. And fatigue is not just physical fatigue. You think about these kids. It's a high school team plus 6 months. And now all of a sudden they're in front of 25,000 people. The anxiety prior to the game, the anxiety before the game, you do a shoot around. I mean, the fatigue, they're just used to when I feel this way, I let go. And that's what we're trying to tell them they've got to fight through.
Kind of been taking little shots at the AAU mentality that you got to take out of these guys. But in some ways, is the one way maybe it helps with some of these young guys when you got 3 games in 5 days, and maybe you're going to take some lumps along the way that they kind of flush it and you're on to the next one.
Yeah, the only issue is they're 3 teams. These are not going to be teams that are, play bad and win. You're going to have to play fair. You don't have to play perfect games because we're not going to for a while. We may never this season, but you're going to play and be right 30% of the time. Now you just have to fight through it and cover for each other and scramble and dive and attack and play off your instincts. That's what the game's going to be for a while. But we're going to play teams with veteran guards. We're going to play teams with veteran players that aren't going to get rattled. You're not going to press them into submission or get them to turn over 4 straight times. You're not going to do it. And so you're going to have to play basketball. But I think the kids are ready to let's start playing somebody else. Yesterday I probably went a half hour shorter than we had been going, and today we'll probably go an hour shorter, maybe an hour and a half shorter than we've been going, because we got these games. They're bang, 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 and you got to travel.
You mentioned having to play basketball. Can you talk about the difference between playing basketball at a high level that you want versus athleticism?
Well, playing winning basketball is you're trying to play to your strengths, on offense, every time down we get a great look at the basket and we try to rebound a miss. And then on defense, that you're never out of position. You give them one tough shot and you rebound with 5 guys like crazy. You'd be a great team going from offense to defense. They don't get layups. You'd be a great team going from defense to offense. You try to get some easy baskets. That's the basic thing of how we play. And then how you do that, whether you're pressing and zoning but what I just said, teaching them that winning basketball. Now, I'll give you an example. So you just take a shot because you feel like shooting, a shot that we can't rebound. No, that's not winning basketball. A guy has a better shot than you, but you shoot it anyway. No, you force a drive that absolutely is not there. One more pass, we have something. No, that's not winning basketball. You jog back on defense because you missed a shot. You don't talk on defense to help each other cover. You give them open baskets because you're trying to deny and play all over the court, which is not how we play. You don't worry about rebounding. You're hoping your teammate rebounds. You cannot win playing that way. So you're trying to get it down to we're going to get a great look every time down. Do what you do best. If you're a driver, drive. If you're a shooter, shoot. Do what you do best. We're going to be great going from that offense to defense. We're going to attempt to rebound on it. And then when we get back on defense, we're going to give them one tough shot. And then we're going to rebound like crazy. We're not spacing. We're not denying. It's not how we play. So it takes time for them to get ingrained in that when they have played different. Now, I've had them for 3 months, 4 months now. I mean, how many? 28 practices. 27 practices I've had them. So those habits, which are how you become successful, you create good habits. We'll see how ingrained they are right now.
With the fatigue or inexperience, I mean, is foul trouble or silly fouls?
Same deal. You negate any hustle by fouling. We're not trying to stop them from scoring. You're trying to make it a tough shot. Again, winning basketball. We're not trying to. You're going to shoot balls. We're just going to make them tough. It's going to be hard for you to get a basket, and you're going to get some anyway. When was the last shutout in college basketball? Was there been one? Probably not. So you're not going to shut them out, but you don't want to get in foul trouble because that's how you lose games. Again, winning basketball. You're making this tough. I'm not leaving my feet. I'm not trying to steal, because then I'll foul. And then I get 2 of those or 3. I'm out. We lose. Why'd you do that? Because I thought I could get it. Well, we don't play that way. We're playing that winning basketball.
Tell Officer Jared on the play opener. Do you have a timetable?
Who?
Jared, do you have a timetable just on?
Probably start practicing at the end of the month.
Yeah, Shea and Claudia on the court at the same time. What do you kind of like that?
I like it because we've played with 3 point guards the last few years. And, you know, what's been amazing to this point, this team hasn't, when we're not playing with a whole lot of point guards out there, we haven't been a big turnover team. I mean, we're not turning it over 25 times. And it doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're a turnover team, you're going to turn it over. And so we've been pretty good with that. Let's hope going forward again. But you're a low turnover team when you're trying to make easy plays. You ready? And do what you do best as a player. Then you don't turn it over. Well, I'm going to try this. Wait till you see this. Yeah? I saw it. Unfortunately, we all saw it. So those are, again, things that they're learning and going through. Now, I'm going to tell you, great group of guys. These kids are great kids. They want to win. They know they need each other. And I think they kind of know where they are right now.
Mark, 2 more guys.
Hey, John, what did you think of Utah Valley playing you guys Friday and then at Duke on Saturday?
Well, I think Dwayne set that up if they wanted to do both. That was their option. Talked to Duke and said, hey, we got a team coming in if you want to play them. And I think, again, Duke was trying to give themselves more time for that 3rd game, which is why they went Friday, Saturday. You know, we're playing Friday, Sunday afternoon, but the team we're playing is not playing. So when we play Sunday afternoon, that's their first game, which will make it even tougher.
Last year, you weren't able to give me an answer. You said you hadn't had a chance to think about it. But
You asked me when?
Last year.
Last season?
Last
Ooh,
season.
I can't remember
You
anything.
made me promise to bring it up.
Go ahead.
But it was in relation to NFL draft prospects who decided to forego their bowl games for fear of injury or drop in draft stock. And my question to you was, what would you advise one of your players if they all of a sudden decided that they didn't want to play a postseason game due to whatever reason?
I would talk to him and ask him about it, but I think it's the difference between that and what we do in basketball is if you're not in the playoffs, you don't have a chance to win the national championship. And I think with us in the NCAA tournament, you have a chance to win the national title. So I'm not sure that would happen. But if they weren't in that championship game, I doubt if there's anyone in that championship game that would step away. I don't think so.
What about, God forbid, we're in the NIT?
Would I want to coach in it, you mean?
What would you advise Carl Towns if he said, hey, coach, I'm going to sit this one out?
If I had Carl Towns and we were in the NIT,
One to there.
thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Matthew, this was all the